G'day, konnichiwa, yokoso. Welcome to Overland Campers Japan. And in this video, we're going to do a demonstration and walkthrough of our latest and greatest Jimny ever, the Martini. Let's take a look. Let's have a closer look at all the features of our new Martini Jimny. So on the rear, we have the spare tire. And here we have a very handy bag. In the small pockets, there's garbage bag liners. So you can put a garbage bag inside. It's a good place for your rubbish, or it's also a good place to put spare firewood. Just remember, don't bring your rubbish back to us at the Overland Japan headquarters. Next, opening the rear door. The first thing you'll see is space for your luggage. It's about 60 centimeters wide, 80 centimeters deep, and 80 centimeters high. On the back of the rear door here, we have a simple drop-down table. Very simply, 1, 2, and it pops down. You can put the cooker on here, you can put some things on here. You cannot sit on here, and you cannot stand on here. To put it back, very simply, up, latch 1, and 2, latch 2. Moving on to the kitchenette system. So before you check in, the Overland team would have turned on the battery power system. And so first thing you can see is a fridge. Very simply, it has about 16 litres of storage and controls here to control the temperature. To the left, we have your pots and pans and a griddle. Behind the pots and pans, we have a typical Asian gas cooker and some gas cassette bombs for you. There's also a chopping board in there as well. Underneath here, we have this handy toolbox. And inside here, you'll find all your tools for cooking and eating. So knives, forks, spatulas, all these types of very helpful and handy tools. Very simply pushes back inside. On top here, we have your oil, salt, pepper, coffee, mocha pot. And then behind here, we have your bowls, cups, saucers, and plates. Next, this drawer system actually pulls out. To do that, we push the yellow lever, and this system will pull all the way out. Here we have 2 camping chairs, a camping table, a stool, which is really helpful if you can't reach something or to put some items on. There's also a fire pit. So in Japan, the campground will sell you wood and or charcoal. If the campground happens to ask, do you have a fire blanket? We've provided an emergency fire blanket there for you as well. To put the system back, once again, the yellow lever, and just slowly pushing the system back in and making sure everything's back inside. So that's the rear kitchen, camping and storage area. Moving on to the side, we have the Gwing Container box. To open, very simple, 1, 2, and lift up. The first thing you'll see is there's access to power, USB and Japanese 110 volt. Next, we have camping lights. We then have a Bluetooth speaker and a cleaning set. Please clean, wash, and maintain the camping things that you use and bring them back in a nice fashion. Here we also have a fire starter kit for you. So there's fire gels which you simply put on the wood or the charcoal, set flame to it, and it helps you light a fire. You'll also find some pegs and guy ropes which are used with the awning, as well as an electrical cable that runs power to the LED light in the awning. We'll talk about that later, but the important thing to remember is this is where they're hanging out. To close, very simple, putting everything back and 1, 2. From here, let's move on to the front driver's cabin. Moving around to the front, we'll open the car. So coming inside the front driver's cabin, it's a keyless car. Just simply put the fob somewhere safe and sound. To start, foot on the brake and push the start-stop button. It's a simple automatic with a handbrake. There's points here to charge your devices, USB and Type-C. There's a large navigation system. Before you leave, the team at Overland Japan will connect your smartphone to the navigation system. Then very simply, you put in the destination on your phone and the directions will be sent to the navigation system via CarPlay or Apple Play. Important, ETC or electronic toll charging is already installed inside the car. So what this means is on the highway or the freeway, there's these checkpoints, and look out for the English ETC because that's where you go. Simply slow down, the ETC will talk to the checkpoint and allow you to drive through. And then at the end of your journey, you'll return the car to us. 3 days later, we send the charges and the cost for the ETC to you to pay by credit card. So very simply, 3 days after returning, you pay for the ETC charges. Then finally, before returning the car back to us at Overland Campers Japan, you'll need to refill the gas tank. Very simply, by your foot here is the lever to open the gas tank. Now, whether it's yourself or one of the staff at one of the gas stations in Japan, this car takes regular gasoline. It's red in color, and there's also a sticker inside just to remind you. From here, the exciting stuff. Let's get onto the roof tent. So coming to the back of the car, number one, a bit of a safety check. Just make sure there's no obstructions above the car, no trees and no power lines or no buildings. To open the tent, we always start from the rear, and you'll need to use both of your hands. On the back here, we have a latch. Push the buttons in, down, and then up. Then the same on the other side. Pushing the buttons down and up. From here, using the stool inside the car, or if you're tall like me, very simply push open. From here, we go to the front of the car. Then coming round to the front, again, use the stool if you can't reach. You want to open up these latches here at the front. Again, pushing the buttons in and up. And the same goes for the other side. Pushing the buttons, latch on and up. Please don't jump on the bonnet of the car. And then finally, we come back to the rear. Now, this is where you enter and exit the roof tent. You can stand here, 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 and also on top of the rear tire. You can't stand on top of the car, and you also can't stand on the bumper itself. And the last step, very simply, there's two supporting arms that you push and lock into position. Now, the bedding and the pillows is already inside the roof tent for you. The bed itself is about 140 centimeters wide and 200 centimeters long. It's perfect for the adventurous couple. On three sides, you'll find windows which you simply control with zips. Now, for sleeping, we recommend putting the pillows in the front of the roof tent. That'll give you the greatest sense of space and visuals looking out. Then, to close the roof tent, it's basically the same process in reverse. Very important, you want to make the bedding nice and flat and bring the pillows to the back. So sleeping pillows front, closing pillows back. We want to take out the pressure on the supporting arms, simply pulling in, and then we can come down. Coming round to the front, use the stool we provide in case you can't reach. Here we have a handle that you want to simply pull down. You want this section and this section to match and line up. So for example, this would be incorrect. That would be incorrect. We want to get it right on the lip, which is just here. And then with your other hand, bring the latch over, down, pushing up. Now, importantly, that's not closed. You must push the little buttons in to close the latch. Same on the other side. Coming around, down, latch on, up, and the little buttons. Then we go back to the rear. So coming back to the rear, this step is best done by two people. So one person standing here or on top of the tire, simply pulling down to let the air out and hold. And then the other person will go around and make sure everything is tucked in nicely. You just want to make sure that everything's inside the shell of the roof tent, and then slowly expel the air and closing down with your hand, putting the latch on, up, and the buttons. And finally, same on the other side. Down, latch on, up, and the buttons. If you're struggling to close the roof tent, you can stand here and apply pressure down, but you cannot sit or stand on top of the roof tent. There we have it, closed. Finally, next, the awning. Now again, a bit of a safety check. If you're experiencing medium or strong winds, say 15 knots or more, it's best not to use the awning. It can be dangerous. To operate the awning, you'll need to get your traveling companion to give you a hand. If you're alone, recruit another camper who's next door. To open, very simply, latch 1, latch 2, and then this will open up. From here, one person will need to take out the awning. Just be careful not to let it drop down, and walk away from the car all the way to the end, and then you'll see that there's two legs that simply swing down, putting them on the ground. And from here, you want to get your friend to hold this. The height can be adjusted by a simple twist, unlock, down, twist and lock. Next, underneath you'll find the two horizontal poles. Again, twist, unlock, and then there's a pin that will go into a hole here, and then you twist and lock again into position. And the same on the other side. So grabbing our 2 pegs and 2 guy ropes, we want to secure the awning into position. So very, very simply, putting the hook into one section there, and then getting one of the pegs and hooking that in and into the ground. There's also an adjustment here to make it tighter if you like. Then we want to do the same on the other side. Again, here, 45 degrees into the ground, and make sure our awning is nice and sturdy. We can also do the finishing touches, tying down the awning, and also you can connect the LED light to the internal power system. Now, it's best to have the awning on a plane, either going down or up in case it rains, so the rain can simply run off on a certain direction. There we have a nice, secure and stable awning. Now, caution, Japan can get windy, and in those situations the awning can be dangerous. So please make sure to have it secure, or if you're experiencing winds of say 15 knots or greater, it's advised not to use the awning. It's essentially a large sail where the wind can pick it up, land on you, land on a fire, or perhaps damage the vehicle. So please, responsibility and take care while using the awning. Then taking down the awning is essentially the same process in reverse. So we want to take out our secured pegs, unhook, then get your helper to come and give you a hand. Twist, unlock, all the way in, then back, up, and under. Then twist, unlock, bringing it up and under, twist, unlock, up and under. From here, you want to roll the awning in, keeping a light, tight pressure on as you roll in. It's important to get it straight. Finally up and in. You might need to give it a little tuck in, and then when everything's in, you should be able to pull down, lock and close. And there we have it. We put the awning back safe and sound. Thank you for watching this demo walkthrough and introduction of our latest Martini Jimny. We look forward to seeing some of you soon on your next great Japan adventure. For now, sayonara.